Okay, so we're going to look at number lines and representing multiplication of decimals using number lines. And remember, the one key thing we talked about is multiplication means, someone raise their hand, please. Annabelle? Huh? Oh, it does mean repeated addition. I love that. Yes. What else does it mean? And you can clip up for your table, which is table 2. Okay. Alex, oh, you're just raising your hand back. What does multiplication mean, Johnny? Groups of. We're going to say that too, Larissa? Very good. Groups of. Clip up, Johnny. And you know what? I'm feeling good today. Larissa, you can clip up too. So let's write that. Groups of, okay? So important. Groups of, groups of, groups of. And like Annabelle said as well, it's repeated addition too, okay? It's repeated addition or groups of. Let's pay attention. Picture, okay? So you also have to be responsible for taking a number line like this, a model, and identifying what the expression or equation is. Remember, an equation has an equal sign. An expression does not. The first thing I want to do is I want to identify my jumps, okay? I call those my humps. These little things right here, we'll call that your jump. And I want to ask myself, how many jumps do I see? Okay, how many jumps do I see? Because that's going to tell you the number of groups. So when I'm looking for the correct number line or the right expression to match, I want to look at, okay, how many jumps do I see? So let's take a look at number 1. Let's count our jumps. We have what? 1, 2, let's write it just like I'm writing. If I write it, you write it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and what? 9. So that means we have 9 groups of something. We don't know it yet, okay? Hold on. No, don't jump ahead. 9 groups. Now, to find out what the group is, I want to look at this first jump here. Look at the very first jump. The very first jump, will tell you the interval. The interval. Oh, I forgot the E, but that's okay. I mean the D, but that's all right. It's going to tell you how much is in each group. That first jump. If I look at what it goes from 0 to the first jump, in this case, right, it's 0 and 91. It's 91 hundredths. So each group is worth what? 91 hundredths. Because look to the first group. So I have 9 groups of 91 hundredths. And that is my expression, 9 times 91 hundredths. It's imperative that you're writing, all these little things that I'm writing down play a role in trying to decipher what is the correct answer or not. So the first jump's going to tell me how much is in the group. The number of jumps is going to tell me how many groups. So looking at a number line to find out the product, I want you to take your highlighter and I want you to find where the jumps end. Not where the number line ends, where the jumps end, okay? So if I take a look right here, see where that number line is right there? That's where my jumps end, right here. And where my jumps end is my product, okay? My product is where the jumps end. The product is where the jump ends. Okay, the jumps, make that plural, sorry. Or the groups end. So those jumps end at $8.19. Well, that is 9 times 91 hundredths. So then I can rewrite my equation. 9 times 91 hundredths is equal to $8.19. Now, we are going to do the standard algorithm for it, but we'll do that on the next one because obviously I wrote too much around it to give space, okay? All right, so let's take a look at number 2. I want you to count to yourself find out how many jumps are there. How many jumps? And then I want you to record, just like we did underneath. We should have what? How many jumps are there, Tyler?
5.
Good. 5 groups. We're going to write it in word form first. Of, and remember now, we're going to look to this very first, and we can even highlight it here. We want to look at this very first group. Look at this very first group. What is the very first group worth? $1.43. So it's 5 groups of $1.43. Okay? And then we can rewrite it as an equation. 5 times $1.43. And then now let's take a look and see where the jumps end. Does it end at $10.01 or does it end at something else?
Something else.
Okay. Right. This is where the jumps end, and that is your product. Okay. That is your product. It's real important to see that because then you can eliminate answer choices, and we'll look at multiple choice questions where you have to choose. And it gives me $7.15. But you know what? I'm going to check it now mathematically, okay? So to the side over here, let's check it by solving this. Because I can always, I grew up with like the standard algorithm. Like we didn't even do models when I was younger. These models are pretty cool, but we didn't even get that option when we were younger. So I always like to check to make sure I'm right. So I have $1.43. We're going to multiply it by 5. Okay, go ahead and set that up. $1.43, we're going to multiply it by 5. Did you already set it up, Tristan? Let's go. Hey, remember when we're multiplying with decimals? We're forgetting the decimals there for a moment. And we can just do 3 times 5. That gives me 15, right? Carry my 1. And then 5 times 4. 5 4 is 20. Make sure I'm adding that 1. So I have 21. Good. I got to carry my 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2, 7. Very good. Now, remember, we got to see where the decimal goes. Does the decimal just drop straight down? No. I need to see how many digits, remember, are behind the decimal. So I have 1, 2. Do I have any digits behind the decimal? No, I don't, because remember, it's a whole number. If I can't see the number, hear the number, the whole number is, the decimal is what? Behind it. Very good, okay? So I'm going to move it 1, 2, and that's where my decimal is, and it matches up with the product that I got, doesn't it? Okay? Very good. I want you to try number 3 on your own. Try number 3 on your own. Let me start this recording.